Alright, so you have tried to put your textures on some stuff and put them in a meshlib, and it hasn't worked. It said that it hasn't had the textures when it needs to load. So I'm going to take these two PNGs. Actually, let's rename them because I already have them, as you can see down here. I already have them on my thing, so I need to name them something else. I'm just going to name them S and S2. So what's happening is that there are some resources that Godot likes to pack, and there's some that Godot doesn't like to pack. Unfortunately, Chris has already provided a solution for us. So I'm just going to put my S and S2 here, and now that's going to show up in my system here. But the first thing I need to do with these are ones that have already been deemed problematic. These are ones where you've gone through my other how to pack resources video, and it hasn't worked. So what we need to do first is we need to reimport these as an image each, which will cause the entire editor to restart because Godot is entirely functional. Wait for it, and then I need to go down to testing again, and I need to reimport the other one. And this one is an image? Yes, this one is an image. So the reason we need to do this is because the .trace packing won't work with default, won't work with textures, it works with images. So by turning these into, images as the way they've been imported, now I can go to Project, Tools, Lingo, Convert Image to Embeddable Resource. And then, same thing for this one. This is a tool that Chris made and is included in the repo. It's automatically a plugin in Godot now for you. There's also a transfer grid map contents here, which will transfer the contents of one grid map to the other, I believe by namespace. So now let's make a new grid map. So I am going to go to scenes and dev to blocks. And I'm going to name this something else other than blocks, so I still have it later. Blocks demo. First thing I want to do is copy one of these, bring it over. But now what I want to do, if I copy this meshlib as is, this block now is going to push all the other blocks down a resource ID by 1. So what I want to do, I'm going to expand collapse all so that I have this. And this is my new one. I'm going to take it right down to the bottom. This way, I'm adding all my extra meshlibs on the bottom of the new library. That did not work. On the bottom of my new library, as opposed to having it, somewhere in the middle. So if I want to replace one of my default mesh library with this, things will be in the more expected place. So now, let's go to material. I want a new material. If I try to change the material, it's already there. It'll also change the material of this guy. And albedo, and now I can set one of my s.png.trace. Here we go. Now, I need to make this resource unique so that it packs with the meshlib. I need to make it local to scene. I need to go down to the albedo and make the texture and unique, and then make it local to scene. And let's call this, and by the way, when you swap the colors, it'll modify the colors on the texture. So you still have multiple choices of color with just one texture. So let's call it stripes. Let's copy this, and so we can do the other one now. Use spatial material and albedo texture, quick load. S.trace should find me s2.png.trace. There we go. And again, we want to make unique. We want to make local to scene. We want to go up to albedo. We want to make unique, and we want to make local to scene. So now that we have done all this, this will be packed in with the grid map. We're not done quite yet. So let's go to convert meshlib, and I will call this demo.meshlib. You want to specify meshlib, otherwise it'll try to save it as a .trace by default, which is, it doesn't work for everything in my experience, which is annoying. Now open scene, I should have a clean level new in here, which I'm going to save as level demo so that I don't overwrite a clean level new again and have to go to some, copy it from my file system. Now let's go to the grid map. We're not done yet, so what did I call this? Demo.meshlib. There we go. Now I just need to find stripe. Here we go. So I'm just going to place some stripes here so we can easily verify when we load in whether or not both of these have actually loaded in. So now I'm just going to save level demo, and I'm going to show you level demo. Here is 20 kilobytes. That definitely does not contain my two PNG files that are larger than that. That's because we need to click on this resource here. Well, actually, first I need to make this resource unique. Then I need to click on it, go to resource here, click local to scene, save. Now you'll notice that I now have a path here for everything for it, and if I go to testing, my level is now 23,252 kilobytes. And if I load into Lingo with it, this is a identical level that I made before. Now you can see that I have these working as intended. So if you've had trouble packing stuff into your meshlib with the videos I gave you before, this video should give you your missing steps. If you still have troubles, don't hesitate to ask me, and I'll figure out how to work with your image files. It might be, another file conversion difference. I found that there's some files like PNG, for example, that just require more. They just require more work before they work than other image files for no reason. There's a lot of image files where I haven't had to use Chris's script at all in order to get them back into maps. So, there you go. Hopefully I won't have to make another video about this because this covers everyone's use needs.